Hey, hello everybody. How is everyone doing? Again, good to be back. We are going to do some trading for the New York Open today. So we've got quite a busy day actually today. It's going to be really good at 4 p.m. I have finally got round to doing the next installment of the Exo Charts video series. So we're going to be doing a big overview on the depth of market, the DOM on Exo. So watch out for that at 4 p.m. UK time. So that's in what, a couple of hours from now. So we're going to do a little bit of trading for the open. I'm actually very interested in what price is about to do right now. So we'll do a little bit of basically watching the price action for the New York Open. We're going to have a look at Bitcoin. We're going to have a look at the SPX. We're going to have a look at the DXY. We're going to have a look at some altcoins and yeah, do the usual kind of thing. Any questions in here? Always happy to answer them. And yeah, then directly after the stream, we will be having that video on the DOM, the depth of market. So anyway, just before I get into it, kind of interesting setup that we have potentially in play today. So this as a little playbook trade, I have taken a short today. Um, Eric, I know I need to go to the barbers still. Let me actually just go through the chat because we're getting a bit of a bounce. No, I won't. We got a few seconds. We got a few seconds before this goes too crazy. Hopefully, I'm looking to take a trade basically in a moment. But who do we have in the chat? We've got everyone. Everyone's in the chat. Somehow we're at over 200 likes and we're only at 80 viewers. So whoever's pumping the likes again, um, you're crazy. It always seems to happen. But yeah, it certainly does seem to help us bring in a few new faces into the stream. I genuinely have no idea where these likes are coming from. I had a message the other day about someone who had done a little bit of a brief pump on the viewers and stuff. But yeah, we've got the seems that that's happening again here. But hey, I'm not going to complain unless we get banned and stuff, but it all seems fine for now. Yeah, in terms of the barbers, I still really need a haircut. I am going away in like 2 days, so yeah, I really need to get my haircut, but I just have not found the time to do that. So I still look like a scruffy weirdo, and yeah. Anything else on here? Yeah, 84 CT or do you reckon is marketing magic? Possibly, possibly. So yeah, what I'm looking at the moment, okay, we have a very interesting kind of setup. We have it as a maybe not 80% setup in play today, the 80-20. So our daily open was basically at previous day value area high. What we had after that was just a very low volume rise in price. Very low volume, really nothing significant from this. It was pretty much equal. It was just thin books. You came up to your weekly value area high, which of course, and that was also giving us some nice confluence with this final little top region of single prints up here. Now this had basically filled in the majority of the inefficiencies. You've come through all of these single prints, you've got little reactions off of them here and there, but this basically coming into that final area of single prints. You also slightly overshot that golden pocket region, and then what it started to create was this 45-degree angle of death. So as we got that move up about an hour ago, just as I was actually uploading the video, I did take a short position. So I am in a short, and this is compounding from the short that I have from higher, wherever that is. So this isn't like a fresh position. I'm just compounding onto that short because it's kind of safe. It's out of the way at the moment. I've already taken plenty of profit on that, and I'm just adding back onto that. So I have compounded my short position on here. And realistically, I mean, we could be looking back at this as being a poor value area setup where we do have relatively decent balance for yesterday. We come into today, it's not really working out. It's finding some exhaustion at this point. You're coming into resistance. You're printing that nasty 45-degree angle that you don't particularly want to see. You're coming into a weekly value area high. Everything is suggesting that you're going to get a bit of a pullback, and we are seeing that. So I'd be interested to see what our we have here previous day value area high and our daily open is going to do for price. I mean, have we just hit the daily open? It was just above. We haven't hit daily open yet, so we are a little bit below there. But look, it's like exactly the same. There's your daily open, there's your previous day value area high, depending on how you have your tick settings. I think my tick settings are actually slightly different on this chart. But that's what I'm interested to see, if we are going to get some kind of reaction off of this region here. Currently we're at the daily value area low, and we have had a little bit of a reaction there, and we can see support. We can see that there are bids within this area. So if we are to move down into there, you would expect to see some kind of absorption. I'm waiting to see. I may scalp along off of that. If that doesn't work out, and if we do find ourselves falling below, of course, the daily open, and we can confirm that as resistance, I think this is probably quite likely to happen very quickly. We may get a bounce off the PDPAC, and then you can look for short positions to take things all the way back down to 38,700. So I am watching that with a lot of interest at the moment. Again, we're in a region where the correlation with the stock market is pretty much running things. But I really don't trust this rise. It's very, very low volume, very weak. It feels like we're going to at least come back into value within this region, and before we are to be expecting any further upside. So that just is a little bit of an overview of what I am looking for on the markets as we go into the rest of the afternoon. So let's have another look on here. Who else do we have in here? I won't do all of the usual hellos because we're already into things. Cash up, no new short incomings or long liquidation. Not quite sure what you mean there. Investor. All right, lots of juicy liquidity at 40k, hoping to bounce up and clear that. I mean, yeah, that would be nice. I still do have, if I do zoom out, this ultimately is what I would be looking for, and it would be nice to see this kind of structure play out where you do something like this, you come into this region, and then it causes another retrace. I just think for today this isn't looking particularly strong. Was that enough? Was that a bounce off of the daily open? Some other exchanges have possibly hit it. If we can reclaim this weekly open, then that's okay, but I'm in that head short position. I am still swing long. I still think that this will break to the upside eventually. I just today not quite feeling it yet. I would like to see a bit more of a move down before we do come up into this little point of interest that is above well, the weekly high so far. So yeah, plan for the afternoon so far. We have actually got a bounce off of that, so that's kind of nice. So we've got a bounce off of our current daily value area low. There it is. And yeah, we'll see if this starts to get a bit of continuation. If not, then we will be looking for, that is just below is where I wanted to take the long position. I'd imagine this has hit it on USDT pair or on other exchanges or something. That looks to me like it's gone deeper. So I would think that we probably have hit on the USDT. There's your daily open, and there you go. There you go. Hit into daily open there. Okay, so it's natural that we'll get a bounce, and again, more often than not, you will see a reaction off of the USDT pair, but the inverse will likely come back and take it out at some point. It's just a repeating theme that we continue to get. However, we have had it trade off of daily open already. So there we go, another potential trade that could have been taken. And so far, you're up like 0.6, 0.7% out of that. So it's a decent little scalp. That's pretty good. You got to be happy with that. That also reminds me, I do want to go over yesterday's price action, because this was really interesting. We had a great trading room yesterday during the New York Open. We got both of these trades. So we were able to short this, and we were able to get the long off of this. And if we do go back over onto our inverse perp, then I will just drop back into here and we'll have a look at this. So we did, of course, trade the New York Open live yesterday as a trading room. We've got 2 minutes until open, so I'm going to quickly run over this. And we had a situation yesterday where we were looking to short the weekly open. And that was the plan. Short the weekly open was the ultimate plan for this. What happened, again, you had this initial spike out that was looking like, okay, we look like as though we could fade this move. It was looking kind of fadeable at that point. And on the USDT pair, it did hit the weekly open at this point here. However, we had that little bit of a retrace. We then took out the high on the inverse perpetual and then was able to get that short position off of the weekly open, which led to what, like a 3% move to the downside or something off of this yesterday afternoon. Within the space of 2.5% there, within the space of literally like half an hour, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. So we were able to get that trade live yesterday, and then what we did after that was we came back into the monthly, we came into this anchored point of control, and we were actually looking ultimately for the POC of this range, which is why my alert's there. So that is what I was hoping to get, but we did end up getting that bounce off of the monthly level. That was one of those regions, that point of interest that we were looking at. I can actually remove that alert because it's no longer useful. But that was the second trade that we were able to catch yesterday during the trading room. So it was really nice. And I mean, from that point, if you're still holding long from there, I mean, you're up quite significantly. You're up like, a good 3% move off of that again. And yeah, pretty decent. Pretty decent. So that was a productive day yesterday. It looks like we're going to see something fairly similar again, maybe in the other direction. So this was just before New York opened. We had that initial move to the upside, and then what price did is it came back down to take it out, and then you got that reversal. So are we going to look for something maybe that we're going to come back down into that daily open region and then come up into this region? We'll have to wait and see. So that is the New York Open now live. So I'm going to quickly switch over onto the SPX, and we'll just take a look at this. So we are gapping up. Normally, you probably want to fade the first move of the day. So, again, I'm speaking in very, very generalized terms here. If the SPX can come and take out this high, which I believe is... No, it's not yesterday's high, but it is a pretty significant swing. If we can come and take out this high, get a little SFP off of this, I would probably be expecting some kind of gap fill. Why do I always do that? I would probably be expecting some kind of gap fill on here. So here we go, SPX about to take the highs. Maybe you start to get a bit of continuation above here, whereas previous day high, it's all the way up here. That's quite a long way to go. But let's see how it goes if we do get caught below this. Remember, we do have this little gap at 4182. So 4,182. And look, there you go. So you have just poked your head above that little bit of liquidity there. We'll see if this can hold as resistance at this point. And now we're potentially looking at this SPX to retrace back down to fill the gap. And that should coincide with Bitcoin coming and taking out the lows as well here, if it's anything like it did yesterday. I'm talking very, very generalized. I don't have a particular plan for this at this stage. That's just something you often see. Okay. Right. Overall here, though, on the SPX, I mean, it's not looking bad. It had quite a nice reaction off of the lows yesterday. So the fact that we are holding above this weekly, we're holding above, basically we're back inside the range here, so you can look at your range from being, there's your low, there's your high, deviation below, deviation above, another deviation below, this kind of thing going on. So potential spring test, maybe we're going to see another move to the upside again on here. So overall, I think the stocks are looking okay. I think the DXY is starting to look toppy. So we'll have a look at that. We are like, I mean, I was saying it's starting to look toppy. It has continued to move up overnight, but you are seeing just momentum. Maybe maybe it's got legs a little bit more for this, but yeah, you've taken out, not only have you taken out that trend line, but you've taken out the highs from not just the COVID crash high, but also from all the way back here in 2017, which was the last time, January 2017, and the last time DXY was up this high, and we were in January 2017. Bitcoin went on a pretty big bull run after that for a good year. So interesting reference points to be coming into on the basically the strength of the dollar that we've got at the moment is we are seeing the start of the old cycle. We're back to that kind of reference, and Bitcoin obviously way up against the start of where it was in the last cycle, and also as a good reference to where we are in relation to the COVID crash. So the fact that the dollar is as strong as it was during the COVID crash and before the last like big asset bubble is interesting, and it's a good reference to see what assets are holding value against the dollar right now. If things are holding out quite nicely, Bitcoin actually doing okay, generally speaking, against the dollar, and you have these big companies, the SPX is doing pretty good. You're finding a lot of stuff that, in terms of where they were a couple of years ago, the things that are up against the dollar in basically since then are you have to be looking at that as a sign of strength on those assets for sure. So yeah, interesting to see what's going on with this. At the moment, just interested. I mean, if DXY, like I'm seeing in the chat from Eric saying going to all-time high, it will create a recession. So if we are going to go to all-time high on the DXY, we are going to go through a multi-year recession. It's as simple as that. That is fact. However, if this is going to act as resistance and we're going to see a pullback, we're probably going to see SPX going to new all-time highs. We're probably going to see Bitcoin going to new all-time highs. We really are at that point in the markets right now where it is all or nothing for basically any tech stock, any asset out there. Are you going to get currency taking back strength? And that will be a multi-year trend, I would imagine. Or are you going to see the dollar pull back, even just to pull back down to this 94 region? We'll probably see some really significant rallies, new all-time highs as well here, because look, this is multiple years that we're looking at for this range. And if you are to break up for this could keep you going up, and realistically could keep you going until the end of the decade. It's that much of an important time in the market right now. So really, really interesting times. And it is, I've said it before, and what happens here with global markets is going to change the course of the rest of this decade. We're at such a pivotal time in the markets. So it's an exciting time to be around. I'm hoping the dollar pulls back, but we'll have to see how that goes on this as well. Who do we have? Let's get off of the macro and we'll start talking more about the kind of the more local price action that we've got on this. I've found another water bottle. This water bottle makes weird noises, so. I'm thirsty. Still can't find my actual proper water bottle, so I'm going with this weird sports one. I should just put it in a glass. I've got a glass right next to me. It's all good. Pedro, aren't we lucky to be here at this time? I'm not sure if we call it lucky or unlucky. We're either going to go through something very painful or very exciting over the next few years, so we'll have to wait and see what that is going to be. I'm hoping it's something very exciting. I did see, again, we have a viewer from Ukraine as well, so I hope everything over there, I mean, well, I don't even know what to say on that situation, but with everything that's going on in the world right now, I would like to hope that we're going to see some kind of nice rally on assets again, although a lot of the world would probably quite like currency to come back stronger. We'll see. That's a cute little noise. I'll do it again. What's your thoughts on options expiration? Not much, not too much. I don't have a general view on direction because of that. I think you do have options expiring tomorrow. Or is there an extra day? Is it going to be today? It should be tomorrow. And the same with Bitcoin. You're going to get some futures contracts tomorrow expiring. So it often brings about a little bit of volatility, but generally speaking, you don't see moves outside of structure during options. It's the same as when we get these news events like the CPI and the FOMC meetings and things like that. Usually they will cause volatility, but it will all be internal. So by that, I basically mean I don't really see any options expiry or any news event being strong enough to basically break those highs or break these lows. So that's and if that's the case, like that is more often than not what you see, then you may as well just stick with the technicals, because you're not really, we're at a pretty low volatility time in the market, and I think it is the technicals that are going to drive this a lot more than potential expiry on markets and news events and those kind of things. So yeah, just a little bit of my thoughts on that. What is Bitcoin doing? Are we going to roll back over and take out these lows? So it does look like we are probably seeing that on the SPX. So there we go. Okay, it took liquidity at the highs. This is it. EAP. Exactly as I'm not going to say the other word, but it's doing what we thought it was going to do. It's doing what I was saying. It has taken out these highs. We are pulling back, and you would be looking for a move back down into this gap fill at the moment. It would have been a nice scalp short or something regardless on here. Let's see if we can get the SPX dropping back down to where basically it closed yesterday. And then hopefully that leads us to a move down on Bitcoin that will take out the daily open with the potential for long positions there. If those long positions do not play out, then and we do get caught underneath, then I would be looking for shorts all the way down to 38,700 kind of region. So it's going to be an interesting session, I think, on here. Confluence, do we have any confluence for this support as well? I'm not too sure. You do come back down to your monthly again, which we did test yesterday. I probably wouldn't want to see that tested for a second time. You'd want to see this trend continuing, but we do have golden pockets sat around the monthly here, and we do have point of control right in the middle of yesterday's value area, so I wouldn't really be looking at that, in all honesty. Yeah. Exactly as prophesized. Yes, that. We'll say it. That's a good one. Exactly as prophesized in the. I don't know. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Exactly as potato. Exactly as prosciutto. Exactly as pizza. Exactly as penis. Anyway, moving on. Shall we look at some altcoins? I'll set some alerts, right? Let's set a couple of alerts. If we hit daily open, happy days. We'll see what happens there. If we do get continuation above basically that little bit of a New York open pump we had, then we will take a look at price again here. Ethereum's following the same shit. So Ethereum is at a big area of just basic nastiness. You're probably going to get caught in here for a while. So that range has been working quite nicely. You're now trapped below outside of value area on it. So I would expect this region to fill out a little bit longer on here. Shorting Luna. Pedro, do I want to? Probably. I mean, I am short on Luna. I will continue to hold. Like 119.50 as a Luna short is, yeah, pretty good. So I'm continuing to hold that. I mean, Luna looks okay. This weird, like, Batman looking thing is interesting. Does it do something like that? I have no idea. It just looks interesting, the structure of that, so it'd be kind of cool to see if it does follow that type of path. Yeah, not much to say on Luna. I've had my fun with Luna. I was able to catch the short there. I was able to get back into a long position, but at this point, it's basically just holding that short now. We'll check out Ape. Yes, we will check out Ape, which is continuing. And look, it's back into our area of resistance. So once again, we were looking at this yesterday during the New York session, and we had a target for this. But at the moment, you got to say this is parabolic, so I would not be looking to short this. But 120.5 was another take profit region. So we'll see how it goes. I am just letting this run. When I'm not being given opportunities to compound on this, and at this stage, when you had this as a potential wedge that could have broken us down, and that could have given an opportunity to compound or something later after having taken profit already. I had taken profit at this point here, but not really had an opportunity to compound this. I mean, I added a tiny amount, but it's not really enough to change my position. At this point, we've hit next target, but ultimately 22.5 is the big one. So that is what that's what I want to see, and that is probably the region that I would look to take short positions. You are going parabolic at this stage. You are. So 22.5, I think that would be a really, really nice level. If we can hit 22.5, then I would be kind of tempted to flip that long into a short and dump it all the way back down to like $14 or something. And yeah, just don't try shorting the strongest asset in the market. We had this last month with Luna, and the amount of times I was hearing people just being like, oh, Luna looks like a good short, Luna looks like a good short, Luna looks like a good short. And every time you looked at the order flow, every time you looked at the charts, it's like, nope, it's an uptrend. Like, don't short the strongest asset on the market. Bitcoin is pretty shit at the moment. Sorry, the algo's going to hate this swearing. Bitcoin's pretty bad at the moment. It's not doing very much. You're able to day trade things and whatever, but short something that's not strong. Yeah? Short something that sucks. Ape at the moment is really, really good. You don't want to short it. But that does bring me on to my next one, is I do have a short that I am looking to play. And I've just seen Luke is the type of guy to have his fun with an asset and then dump it. So this is something that I do want to do, and this is more of a fun thing. But I have noticed that the other thing that's been pumping a lot recently is GMT, and I have a limit sell order at 420 that got front run by the tiniest amount this morning. So I was really annoyed at that. I could have got like a nice little short position at 420 on GMT, which still hasn't filled. We'll have a look, see if we can get this, but there is a technical reason for this. Okay, so if you are going from, here are two big levels on the chart. If you go 0, 1, and you're looking at your 1.382, so you go from your previous high to your previous low, and we're looking at this as another blue sky breakout, then $4.20 is the 1.382. So I really want to get a short position at $4.20 on GMT. It's going to be a tiny little trade. I'll use it. I mean, I've had a bit of, I don't care. I'll use it to brag on Twitter. If I can get a short at $3.20, it's that kind of thing. It'll probably be like a $100 trade or something. It'll be a bit of fun. Don't take it seriously if you start seeing me talking about me shorting GMT at 420. It's just like I say, a little bit of fun on the chart sometimes. Said, when did I long Ape? Missed out on it. I've been long Ape since $11, and I've still got that running. So, ooh, is that lows or highs? Lows. Okay, Bitcoin's doing something. Are we going to get a reaction here? So a potential for a scalp long right now. So like we said, Bitcoin has come back down. You did hit the daily open on the USDT pair, and then inverse comes and takes it itself. So inverse is king, still king. Inverse is what's important here. Let's have a quick look at what we're getting. I don't have the DOM on here because it takes up too much space on my screen. No change of intent yet. Lots of selling. So the selling has shut off. You're coming into previous day point of control, but at this point, like, that's where the potential for a long was, and you're not seeing anything here yet. So continuing to move down, I would assume that the SPX is continuing to move down as well. And at this point, you would have to say, are we far enough away to look at daily open for a short? I'm also going to say no to that. If we can get price moving down into previous day point of control, so 39.90, 39.100, if it moves down a little bit more and then gets a bounce, that could be a potential area to look for short positions, is going back into your previous day value area high and daily open, which could set you up for, there we go. So we've hit previous day point of control. You would expect this to bounce, otherwise we're just going to flush all the way down to 38.7. So at this point, this becomes resistance here. You can probably take it up to about here. So you'd be looking to just chase this down now, possibly with the that's set direction for the open. You could quite easily look to chase this down and continue this trend at that point, down towards here. Again, you'd have to be looking at the order flow. I'm not going to go into anything too technical on this during a live stream, but we will continue to monitor it. Otherwise, we're just looking at another one of those annoying days. It doesn't even give you an entry. And we're just, right now, it's just bots and algos going against what the SPX is doing. SPX continuing to move down, so that's got a long way to go until that fills its gap as well here. Yeah, so I think we're probably looking down. Do I set another alert? I mean, I can set an alert if it comes back through. I mean, you don't have to take it as the level, because realistically that's where you had your volume previously. So if you do come up above and you start to chop around here, then that's maybe more likely the kind of thing that you'll start to see. It's probably not going to be that straightforward to take. Yeah. But yeah, direction's been set. So on the open, we are looking at downside here. So which could go quite well for that ape trade as well, because we have come into this area of resistance, and if this does cause a pullback, I'll be pretty happy with that. Annoyingly, I'm not going to get filled on GMT. I might do. I might get filled on GMT. I got to place an alert here if we do. Well, I mean, my exchanges Bybit will alert me. Kaylin, do you have your head shorts still open still? Yes. Yes, I do. I am short on Bitcoin. I am long. Like, I mean, I have been scaling in this area, but I am short. I am short on Bitcoin, and I have added to that today. The thing with my short position is it has come down to 41,650. So it has been brought down by compounding it. So, yeah. I will certainly be looking to take profit again on any retrace on that, because it's in that zone where, like, it's kind of in that danger zone now. I would have liked it to stay above that like 43k region, but it has been brought right down by compounding it today. So I want to make sure I'm paying myself. Funny sounding water bottle again. My yeah, my previous day levels are from they're at 20 tick. That's what I'm using at the moment. 20 tick is nice. The thing when you're in low, I've explained this too many times, man. I've explained this in trading rooms. You know this. I've explained this so many times in trading rooms. I'm sure you know this already. The thing with 1 and 2 tick, I don't find it very useful at the moment because we've not got enough volume. We've not got enough volume. We've not got enough volatility. So 1 tick for me is very erratic. It's throwing levels all over the place. I like it during periods of like when you're actually getting decent price movement going on. But for now, I'm much happier just to even things out. Stay on 20 tick. That gives you a $10 range in order to look to take that trade. I don't need to be looking to get in at 0.50 cent things. It gives you a nice little $10 range, and that does seem to be working well, and it has been working well for quite a long time. So that's what I like. I do 1 tick is something I will probably switch back to. I do check it every now and again. So I will check my 1 tick marker settings on here, but 20 tick is what I'm currently using. It'd be embarrassing if this isn't on 20 tick. But yeah, so 20 tick is what I'm using. And if I give an example here, it's really like you get given a previous day point of control that's way off from your time POC. You get given a value area high that's kind of outside of everything, so it's just not that reliable for myself at the moment. 20 tick does give me better levels, and then of course the TPO ones are 50 tick just for visual purposes. So yeah, we're holding around that previous day point of control region at the moment. I still think we're looking for more downside. There are no. This is the chart. The chart is 100, but that's just visual. I mean, the chart is 50, but that's just visual. Okay, it's a visual thing. You're looking for a region. It's you need to be able to see the letters and everything on here. So yeah, the chart's 50. Yeah, that's it basically. It just keeps things nice and clean. Whereas if I was to use 20 tick on here, it would start to get a bit messy. Anthony, do I know Adam? I know some people called Adam, but I don't think I know any Adam that you might be talking about. Guess you have any sign of strength for longs now? Kind of. I wouldn't want to be taking a long position now because I would probably prefer to short if we do get a bounce into this region. And all you're likely to get, if you're happy, if you would have wanted to take, we're going to move already, so we're going to miss this as a trade. But you can see the change of behavior here. So just by going on to order flow and by having a look at this, you can see, yes, that would have been a decent little scalp long position. You came into an area here. What you had is heavy selling all the way down until we hit the point of control. And at that point, the selling lets off. You get some decent buy orders coming in. You have a change of intent from majority sell orders to majority buy orders. Price then moves down, completes the auction at the lows here, hitting those stop losses, hitting those liquidations with one final little sell, and then you continue that buying. And right now, again, this is what I mean. This is what we were looking for, was that bounce back into the daily open, the previous day high. Previous day value area high, which would then give opportunities for short positions back down again. So yeah, again, we're looking here. We're looking for that change of intent. We've got the trend rev on, so we're probably looking okay on this. There was a good scalp long opportunity, and it gave you everything you would want to see from that. You see the aggression, the selling aggression kind of shut off. You get a little bit of a bounce. You come back down on lower volume with actually more buy orders coming in. You had some single candle divergence at the lows there. So you had a green candle that had a negative delta on it. You had CVD weakness from the sellers here. So you can see aggressive selling coming in, a little bit of a bounce, price making a lower low. CVD not able to do that, meaning that the sellers are kind of out of the market now and they're now looking for long positions. So as a scalp, decent. So that was a pretty good little scalp opportunity. But I still expect we're going lower. So would that have given you 0.5% that you'd be looking for a scalp? Because again, for me, my rules, the way I like to trade it, unless I get 0.5% out of a move, I probably won't trade it. So realistically, you could have caught that at the low. If you come into daily open, you're close enough to 0.5% to make that worthwhile. But if I had taken that trade and I had marketed in, I would have probably got a good entry, but I doubt I would have exited yet. I think I would still be looking for this to move a bit higher. So that's the way that these scalp trades can quite easily turn into a loss if you're not careful, and if you don't really have that as part of your like set of rules that you want to trade. And now we're rolling over again. I still think we're going lower this session. I think that's very likely. I think we're going to see a move down a little bit lower than this. Pedro, do you avoid certain sessions like Sydney, or always just trade the technicals? So I don't avoid any sessions. The only sessions I avoid are the ones that I'm asleep. So Asia, basically. I mean, having said that, we are trading the Asia Open tonight. So I avoid Asia because I kind of need sleep and I like sleep and I don't want to be wrecked all the time. I'm not someone that needs to like stay up at all hours in order to watch the charts. If we're going to get volatility overnight and we're going to get a big move overnight, I'll just miss it. I don't care for missing price action. So in that respect, I just trade the times that I'm awake, the technicals that were given at that moment in time. Here we go, we're rolling over again, good stuff. And then where was I? Yeah, so I do look to get some sleep. However, we are going to be doing the live trading room for the Asia Open tonight, which will be kind of interesting, and then I'll be really tired again tomorrow. I need to look back over here because now we're coming back into this VWAP, and once again you've got a little scalp opportunity potentially. We've got to wait for this to close. We do want to see it block out for a minute, but we're at no, we're not at anything. That was a marker. It's the daily low. But what I like the New York session. The New York session gives me good price action. So I like to trade New York session. We did trade the New York session yesterday, and we got two really nice trades out of that. We're trading the New York session today. I mean, I haven't taken any trades in this. I'm streaming. It's too complicated. But we were saying price go down. Price has gone down. Everything's kind of following. So if I was trading this session, I would have probably made some good money. But it's all good. Hopefully having 200 viewers in here, even if not all of you are real, is going to make it worthwhile for me not trading this session. So yeah. Pedro, the trading session, the trading rooms are for crew members. So this is part of the crew stuff. So as we are moving down, as this is kind of following, we're not really at anything too interesting. I'll place another alert if we hit previous day value very low. I'll place an alert. I don't need to ask for more likes because we've got loads of likes. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you here. So if you are new to these videos, these streams, and you have not, you don't know our community already, then please do go over to check out tauruscrypto.com. There it is. So that is tauruscrypto.com. That is our website. And there's the big old label that is on the screen covering the face. So do go check out tauruscrypto.com. When you're there, you can navigate your way to our free Discord community. So you have the little Discord guy up at the top corner here, or you can scroll down, you find out our free Discord community. This is the central hub for the community where traders of all levels can discuss cryptocurrency, technical analysis, trading, legacy markets, and much more. You can click connect and that will take you through to our Discord. If you would like to learn more about the trading rooms, which is one of the things that we offer within the crew, then we do have the crew membership here. So you can click on discover. This is the premium service. It is a paid service. We work very hard for it, and we believe, I mean, people who are in the crew, I think, would say the same. We believe that we do give very good value, and we work really, really hard for the crew as well to be able to constantly stay on top of the markets and to be able to kind of follow everything that's going on within there. So within the crew membership, we do trading rooms. So we do we did the New York Open yesterday. Got 2 really nice trades out of that. We're doing the Asia Open tonight. We might get some trades out of that. And we did the London Open on Tuesday, which I think we did get a trade out of. Oh, that was when FTX messed us up. So we were looking for an SFP of the highs. SPX did it, and then it bloody dropped without us. So we kind of almost got a really nice trade on the London Open on Tuesday. We have thousands of hours worth of educational content. We do live trading examples. We have playbook strategies, so things that you can look to trade every single day. We're going to be adding more to the playbook strategies as well. We've had a little bit of a break whilst we've gone through more kind of price action stuff, but we will be adding more trading strategies. We are working on those at the moment, and they're just very simple. I could show an example in a minute maybe of those where you get a PDF and it's alongside a video that is just very simple trading strategies, things like the VWAP open drive, things like the initial balance extensions, things like the 80% setup like we're seeing today, which is kind of a hybrid between the 80% setup and a poor value area setup. Okay, so there are 2 different playbook strategies we've got and ways in which you can play those. You've got private tuition and mentorship opportunities. We're going to be adding to that next month as well. So I myself don't do one-to-ones anymore. I just don't have the time. However, next month, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to find the time to block some of those in. So there'll probably be an announcement over the next month for anyone that's looking for like one-to-one stuff with myself that may be offered again. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. Luxury's doing the one-to-ones at the moment. He's doing the mentoring side of things, and he's amazing at it. Really, really top trader. So this is another one of the coaches that we've got in the crew. So we've got Luxury, who's order flow, price action master, very similar trading style to myself. We've got the French Bull in there, who is an Elliott Wave master. So we've got an Elliott Wave course within the crew as well. And then, yeah, you get little discounts and things. We do fun little raffles on a Friday night, giving away ExoCharts memberships, giving away NFTs. We give NFTs to the community, things like that. So it's good fun. Yeah, it's a great job to have, and it's amazing that the people who are in the crew are supporting us with what we're trying to do and finding value in it. So that is the crew. Yeah. Then I will get rid of this and we'll go back over onto Exo. So yeah, please do just check out torrescrypto.com and yeah, go and see that. Pietro, what would be the price of the one-to-one? I don't actually know. I don't know. It depends what the demand is, because the thing is I just have no time for it. Yeah, I literally just have no time. So if I am to offer that again, we'll see how things go. I really don't know. Yeah, I will only do it if it doesn't stop me doing other things, because for me the priority is giving good content for the crew and to do the trading rooms and to do the educational content and all of that stuff. So yeah. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, we're back at this anchored VWAP, so we are getting another little bounce from this now. It's kind of nice. Heavy selling with heavy absorption going on here. So again, another opportunity to possibly take a long. Like, that is some big market sells coming in, and all of it was absorbed. This entire lot here, you have 11 million. Someone slammed 11 million cells into the bid here. That absorbed everything. That would have been a really interesting point in which to look at the DOM, and we're probably going to get a bounce. So a really interesting little, very simple looking at the order flow. You see something like this, someone smashes it with 11 million market cells, the bids absorb it, and you immediately get a bounce out of that. Again, is it going to give us that 0.5% that you would want to get from a scalp? We don't quite know. I would still like to see this go a little bit lower, but our scalp opportunities this session so far has been really, 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 really good. Really good. And yeah, there you go. So that back into previous day point of control. Now we have a short. Okay, so we've got a short opportunity here. We haven't yet come back in and tested the daily open and the value area high. So we'll see if this could get enough from that. But that was clear. That was so clear. You see that much selling into the bid, that much market orders hitting the bid, and you get that kind of reaction. It happens so often. It's really amazing. So yeah, nice little move. From an order flow perspective, again, creates that divergence. You get a good move out of it. You could have just gone, wow, okay, there's 11 million being sold. It has been absorbed. I'm just marketing it and I'm going for it at this point, and that would have given you a good move out of that. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Funny sounding water bottle again. All right, I think I'm going to wrap things up in just a moment. And look, you come back into the point of control, and what happens here? You create single candle divergence up at the highs. You're not really. Yeah, this one not so clear, but that was a really nice little. Off it goes. Now you're getting the longs coming back in. Do I want to do any more altcoins? High time frame stuff. We've had a bit of fun on the Bitcoin chart. Any other altcoins people are looking at? Can't be bothered. Let's see what the SPX is doing. Are we looking towards that gap fill? Look at it, it's still following. I just draw a random line and it's like, yeah, I'm going to follow all the way down. So we'll see how this goes. What are we talking about? CROP, what are you doing in the chat? Come on, man. Behave yourself. Oh, the billing. So yeah, the billing is, it depends how you do it. So if you pay via crypto, it's just done from the day you buy it. So we just have it as a monthly rolling thing. If you're paying on crypto, then you have to do that as a manual order each time in order to join. But if you do go back onto the website here, we'll explain it. I mean, I'll explain it. So if you do join here, then this will just automatically renew every month, but you can cancel it. You get given a profile on the website. You can manage that whenever you want. If you pay with crypto, then you basically will tell you when the membership's running out, and you'll be able to see the dates in which that keeps you going to. If anyone does want to buy with CRO, I can see P shilling it. If you want to buy with CRO, we'll allow it for one day. If you buy a 1 year membership, ask P for his CRO address. You can pay with Crow, and P can then transfer the money. Or no, I'll take that out of P's wages. Oh man, all right, enough. Back to the charts. Oh, people asking for lifetime crew memberships. We have to figure that out again as well. We'll figure that out. It is gonna be 1 year of Taurus next week. I'll be in Dubai. Oh, happy. Yeah. All right. Order flow on ape. Really? I'll look at order flow. What should we do? We'll go on to Ape. I'm going to set up a new thing here. Oh my god. I'm going to show off Luxury's template. So let's load this one up. This is one of the templates Luxury uses on XO. It's probably out of date by now, but I've got it saved here. So we'll have a look at Ape on this one. Hello everybody, my name is Luxury. This is my chart. Ape. Where are we? Man, I'm in a weird mood. Why am I always in such a... It's because I have energy for the New York session. I never have energy for the streams I do in the evening. Ape order flow. Open interest increasing heavily. I don't like this. I can't read it very well. Luxury, you're crazy, man. I don't want my net longs and my net shorts looking like this. Jeez! Alright, delta is high. That was really loud, sorry everyone. This is so not set up for how I like it. Open interest is following. It's certainly not looking weak at this point, is it? You have... I'll change this to a... Let's go on the bid ask. Let's change this to a bid ask profile. And let's just have a look at what's going on. If we're seeing any kind of imbalances. We're at 50 tick. That's reasonable enough. I'm going to take off this. I'm going to take off this. That's clearly not useful. What could be kind of nice on this? Because we are following... I mean, this latest trend. If we do go all the way back over here... I mean, all I need to say is Ape still looks good, right? Big players are still buying this, so it is still being pushed up. You're outpacing the VWAP, you're outpacing everything on here. It still looks healthy. There's no reason to suggest that this is going to start to roll over at this point. It looks fine. You get, let's just throw this on here. You do obviously have heavy buying imbalances the whole way up, so there is that to be aware of. But if you were to pull back, $18.50 would look like a good region to pull back. And in fact, $18 itself is where you do potentially have some trap short positions. So these would be people trying to short this as an SFP. So, okay, you get that little bit of a breakout. People are trying to short back into the range. So if price does come back into $18, then it would give a good opportunity here. You would have thought, again, it still looks strong though. I don't think we're going to get that there. So, yeah, don't short the strongest coin in the market. That is the wait for the change of market structure. Shorts will come at a later date. Says the guy that's going to short GMT at $4.20. But, yeah. And yes, it's a rising wedge that breaks up. So don't kill yourself with short positions when there are, like, choose like literally any other asset to short and you're probably going to be okay. Choose the assets that suck. Choose the assets that are underperforming. Choose the assets that are just going to go to zero. Short those. Don't short the stuff that's going up and up and up and up and up. Wait until it starts going down and then just follow the trend, right? Just follow it. Trend is your friend. Something you could short. Waves. Short that to zero. I mean, way too late, right? It's way too late. You want to be shorting things that are having those bounces. But waves, like, look at it. These are short opportunities. You have a change of market structure. Where does price come into? Short it. Kill it. XRP, yeah, another good opportunity. Someone has continued to ask about XRP. So I will do an example of this here. But XRP, you had another example of this. It's in a really big downtrend. It looks like poo. So what do you do even locally? Okay, XRP, downtrend locally. Where was the last opportunity to get into a trade? You had a range here that started. You had this range. And this is what XRP does like literally all the time. It will form a triangle. XRP does this like every single day. Forms a triangle, breaks up. Everyone then gets caught into long positions on XRP. And I'm just looking at this and it's so obvious because it does it. XRP and triangles are like all the time. But then what happens? It comes up, takes out that high, SFP, closes below. So it takes out the high, pokes through it, closes below, short it, and then you get a big move down all the way, another 3.7% move. So you have trapped traders into long positions thinking, oh my god, it's XRP, it's going to break out of the triangle, and then it hits liquidity at the highs, short it, it's in a downtrend, keep it going all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, until you find some reason to take a long position. Okay. Again, very, very generalized, but that is just another clear example. Again, here, took out some highs above liquidity. Short it. Don't short the strong stuff. All right. What about Doge? Doge, I'm just holding a spot position on. I'm still waiting for that to wake up. But Doge, yeah. Doge is kind of nice. It's just holding this range. So this is what we were looking at the other day, is this is a potential spring, and then you're looking at this as the test. So you have this big accumulation with spring test here, and you're looking at the same thing. So what you would like to see is a curving over in price action. It starts to hold above, and then you're looking at some fireworks later on. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking for on Doge. I am not long on Doge, but I have been buying spot basically when it's been down around this like 13 cents region. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, yeah, I am going to wrap it up. Just someone's asked me about DOT. No, I am going to wrap it up. I will throw a DOT chart on here. Is there anything that's immediately... You got weekly and monthly levels here. We had a little bit of a bounce off of this harmonic that came into 382 and came into previous resistance here. So at this point it's again, same thing, okay? You had support, you had your spring, you had your test, you're coming back into that same region, high time frame levels, weekly level, monthly level, potentially quite a nice area on DOT. So yeah, from the high time frames, looking okay. Low time frames, short it, it's not very strong, that kind of thing. Yeah, cool. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm not even going to give any opportunity to answer another question. I am going to wrap it up there. In just over half an hour, the new Exo Charts video is going to be live. We're doing that as like a premiere thing. So if anyone does want to like ask questions during that video on anything in that video, then yeah, you can ask questions there. So it'll be as if it's a stream, but it's already pre-recorded. Yeah. So Bitcoin is bouncing. We'll see what happens at the daily open here. Yes, I have already looked at the DXY. That was very early on in the video. And yeah, that's going to do it. No more questions to answer.